Hey everyone, it's Holly and I'm back with a book haul. I don't think I've done a book haul since like January, and I'm pretty sure my hair is a hot mess right now, and I honestly don't care. I've been kind of very slow in my book buying purposely, trying to be smart about the books that I buy, and the majority of these were bought with gift cards, which is always nice. A bunch of these I have actually already read. So how about we do those first? So first three are romance novels, and these I have definitely all read. And they are My American Duchess by Eloisa James, which is a historical romance. This is relatively new, a standalone historical. I really enjoyed it. I think I gave it 4.5 stars, and I do recommend it if you like historical romance, or even if you're just trying to get into it. And then I got One Night for Love by Mary Balog. And this is also a historical romance. This is a little older. I think it's from like the late 90s, like 1899. I'm awesome. Like a prequel book to one of her series. I actually read this picked this up because I got the proposal by her from the library, which is the first book in her Survivors Club series. And the hero in this book is the brother of the heroine in that book, and so they kept referencing his story with his wife, and I just wanted to read it. It's kind of a marriage of convenience story, and it definitely has a lot of class differences, which is one of my favorites. And then I got Still the One by Jill Shalvis. This is part of her Animal Magnetism series, which I have not read any of the other books. I picked this up because it was mentioned on the DBSA podcast. The heroine was in a very serious car accident, and she has to go, like, she has gone through the most of her recovery, but she still suffers physically and probably always will. And also like mentally having to deal with like driving again and stuff. And so that's kind of why I picked it up. It's a contemporary small town romance, you know. Doesn't this cover image look like what would be in a picture frame when you bought it? Just saying. I'm not sure if I like that or if I hate that. So the only other one I have read, sort of, so far is Me Before You by Jojo Moyes, and I picked this up after I saw the movie trailer. I mentioned this in my wrap-up. I have very conflicting feelings on this book, but it's a very pretty cover. I like that like all of her books are just like the font and the type and everything. Okay, so then I have some newer releases. So I did get A Tyranny of Petticoats by this is edited by Jessica Spotswood. It's a bunch of short stories by mostly authors I have never read. The ones I have read before are Marie Lu, Marissa Meyer, and Beth Revis, and Jessica Spotswood. The rest I've never read. In fact, I've never even heard of most of them. But it's 15 stories of belles, bank robbers, and other badass girls, and I'm very excited to read this. So it's like historical fiction, and just looking at the contents, like the table of contents, it looks like it progresses throughout history. So it starts in 1710, and then the last story is 1968. But I am excited to read this. It'll probably be something I read slowly. And then I did actually pre-order Walk the Edge by Katie McGarry. I pre-ordered it so that I could get like a special like bonus content from her, or the publisher, I guess. This is the second book in her Thunder Road series, and this is Razor's story, who I'm very excited about. And I have not read this yet. I've been kind of putting it off. Like, I really do want to read it, but her books tend to like suck me in, and I just like, that's something I'm gonna have to do on a weekend. But it's gonna have to be a weekend where I'm free to just read, which probably isn't gonna be anytime. And then I did pick up The Winner's Kiss by Marie Rutkowski. I have not read The Winner's Crime yet. But there's been a lot of cover changing going on with this series. I actually really like the UK cover of this because she's in green, but they don't have it in hardcover from what I could see, because I was going to just buy it off the book depository, but they didn't have it. They only had paperback, and since my other two are hardcover, I wanted this. But I was worried that they might cover change and then I wouldn't be able to get this and it wouldn't match my other books. So I did decide to just pick this up. And this book is massive. and people keep talking about it on Goodreads, and it's like a heartbreaker. And I mean, I haven't even read The Winter's Crime yet, so who knows, but I am very excited to have it. And then the last 3 books I bought, and these required some effort. I went to the library recently and I got some books, and one of the books I got was Poison Study, which I loved. I'm like obsessed right now, and I proceeded like the next day to go back and get the other 2 books because my local Noble, which is really the only bookseller I have locally, didn't have any of the books, because I was like, oh, I'll just buy them all because this book is amazing. And so I've only read Poison Study and Magic Study so far because I am trying so hard not to just marathon this like a crazy person, because I need sleep and like to do other things in my life. But I did want to own these, and these also have gone through some cover changes, and I don't like some of those cover changes, so I was like, I at least want this series in the covers that I like, which required a lot of effort. So from Amazon, Barnes & Noble was like a crapshoot for me, but Amazon had what I wanted, and I have an Amazon gift card, so that was fine. So I was able to get Poison Study and Fire Study, which is the first and third books in the Study series. And I know she ended up expanding this trilogy, which is not complete now. And then it looks like there's spin-offs and stuff. So I'm so excited. Oh my gosh, so excited. The one thing, and these are the covers, the editions I like. And the only thing that I find frustrating is, so like, this is that like shiny material, and this is more of like a matte kind of material, and I definitely prefer this in my books in general, if we're gonna get specific. But like this banner kind of thing is like raised, and that has a little bit of a gloss, whereas on here none of that happens. So that makes me a little sad, but I'm glad they match. And then you might be saying, but Holly, where is the second book? Yeah, that one was a challenge. I checked Amazon, they didn't have it in the paperback of this edition. They have, like, everywhere I found that edition where it's that girl's face, and I'm like, no, please. Like, I don't normally mind books like that, but it is so against what these books are about. So Amazon didn't work, Barnes & Noble didn't work. I checked Thrift Books, didn't have it. So I ended up on eBay, which is where I bought this, and I was very nervous because used, obviously, and I don't mind if my books are like gently used or whatever, but I was like, what if it's actually not that edition or whatever. But it was actually a Goodwill that uses eBay, which is a lot of times what Thrift Books is too, and you can return them. So I was like, well, it's fine, whatever, I'll do it. And I got free shipping, which was awesome. It is a little used, like there's some like wear on the spine, but that's gonna happen when I read it anyways. And this is just like Poison Study, where it's like the matte cover with the raised like banner in the center. That is my book haul. I do not know when I'll be back with my book, like another book haul. I will probably, Lorraine Heath has a book coming out actually this week, I think, next week maybe? Soonish. She should have a book coming out. I will probably end up buying that. But I don't know, like I said, I'm just trying to take things slow and easy, so I'll film these as I feel like I have enough to show. But if you watch my wrap-ups and stuff, you'll probably see them first anyways. So if you have read any of these, have any thoughts, opinions that are non-spoilery, you want reviews, anything like that, feel free to let me know and I will do my best. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!